Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning. Whenever you're watching this program, I want to say thank you for inviting me into your space and allowing me this opportunity to share my story. Now, I know you're probably wondering, who is this guy? Where did he come from? Why is he here? Well, I'm glad you asked. I am a formerly incarcerated individual. I've done over 17 and a half years behind prison walls. I understand firsthand what it's like to be where you are, to be sitting on the hard metal, to be sitting where the doors are clanking, to be sitting where you're being told when to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when to go shower, when to do anything and everything that you're having to be faced with at this time in your life. But I want you to know that this too shall pass, that there is another opportunity for you to put this behind you and be the person that God has called you to be. I am, you have to forgive me, but I am a minister. I am an ordained elder with a local church, a local fellowship in the Dayton area, the Montgomery County area. And so if I seem a little preachy, if I get a little excited, don't charge it to my mind. Don't charge it to my heart. Just charge it to my mind. I'm just excited and I'm glad to be here. And I have so much I want to share that I want to make sure that I'm able to get it to you. The importance of utilizing this time, I can't imagine how I can't share this piece of my story. After being incarcerated, I remember being incarcerated many, many years ago. By the way, I've been out now since early 2000, so I've been out almost 14 years, 15 years, going on 15 years. And I must tell you that the prison experience that I've shared, that I had to experience, was probably, you may not understand this, some of you may, it was bittersweet. What did I mean by that? It was probably the best time of my life and yet the worst time of my life. I'm going to talk about that. The best time of my life because it allowed me to get in touch with who I was, with who I am, and with God Himself. Because I remember standing in the middle of my cell many years ago, and I remember crying out to God, and I'm sure some of you probably have done this, and I've asked the question, why am I here? Oh man, I mean, for me, I thought I was a good guy. I tried to do good to people. I helped people. I was one of the ones who opened doors for women, for mothers, and for ladies. And I was one who was always well-spoken and tried to be nice to people. And so I thought, for the most part, I was a good guy. I was just doing bad things. And so I remember crying out to God after my first wife died while I was incarcerated. And many of you, I know there are many of you, perhaps, who have experienced this same fate where you've lost a loved one after praying to God, Lord, if you just get me out of this one, I promise I'm going to get it right. I'm going to do it right the next time. And for whatever reason, you've lost a loved one, someone dear to you who have died while you've been incarcerated. And so I understand where you are. I've been there and done that. And I understand the pain that grips you, the depression that comes from that if you're not able to even go to the funeral. And I remember my wife dying. I'll never forget it, December the 4th of 1998, 12 o'clock midnight, they called me. My case manager called me and said, Mr. Moss, we're sorry to tell you, but your wife died this morning, late last night. And by the way, you won't be going to the funeral. And I can't tell you, my brothers and sisters, how painful that was for me, how excruciating that was for me. This was my childhood sweetheart. This was the mother of my children. And this was someone who I had been praying and asking God, Lord, if you give me one more chance to get out and make this thing right, I promise you I'll do it right. And she died while I was incarcerated. And so I want to share with you from that space, from that heart, of why it's important to utilize this time to the best of your ability. What does that mean? I'm going to encourage you, my friends, to stop counting your days. What does that mean? Stop marking that calendar off. Stop sleeping away your time in hopes of making the days go by faster. Stop counting your days and make your day count. What is it that God wants from you while you're in this space? Why are you here? We're not talking about the crime you've committed. We're not talking about your behaviors. We're not talking about why are you here? Why are you on this earth? Why are you in relationship, in partner, in that cell, in that trailer? Why are you in the space that you're in? And for what reason are you there? I had to find out for myself what was I supposed to be doing? What am I here for? What is it that God wanted to utilize my time for? And so I found out that I'm here on this earth, number one, to love God with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, and with all my strength, and to love my neighbor as myself. I'm here because I'm supposed to share my story, my life experience, to bring hope, to bring peace, and to bring some assurance that if God did it for me, if he did it before, he's able to do it again. Your life, my friend, is not over. As a matter of fact, I would dare you to even challenge yourself that the best days of your life lie ahead of you. We can't change the past. The past is gone and over. But you can do something about your future. I had to take hold of my future. I had to come to grips of where I was, who I was, and that if change was going to take place in my life, I understood after a long bout of doubts, after a long bout of denying the truth, after a long bout of living in falsehood, listening to those false voices that kept telling me, oh, you don't need Christ, you don't need God. Why are you reading the Bible? Or why are you getting all into yourself? You don't need nobody. After going through all of that, it came down to this, my friends. How would I explain to my children my behaviors, my attitudes, my denials? How would I explain to them why I wasn't there all the many years when they needed me the most? I'll never forget, my friend. I had a son that was at 17 years old. I'll never forget. He wrote me a letter, and he said these words to me. I still have the letters today. I'll never forget. It was 1997, a year before his mother died, my first wife. And he said to me, he said, Dad, I wish you were home so you could have taught me how to grow up, how to be a man. He said, but I guess wishes just don't come true. My friends, I'm here to tell you today that was 1997. I've been out of prison now going on 14, 15 years. And my relationship with that son I have spoken to him probably 5 times since I've been home. God is still having to mend his brokenness. God is still having to mend his heart, because when he needed me the most, his mom died. He was 18 years old. I was incarcerated, and he was left to fend for himself. He's now 36, 37 years old. Matter of fact, he'll be 38 here in December 27th of this year. He's doing well. He has a family of his own. But his relationship with me has never been the same, because I was not there for him when he needed me to be the father, to be the man of God that he needed me to be, to help him deal with the loss of his mother, to help him and his siblings, his sisters and my daughters. When they really needed me, I was in solitary confinement. I was incarcerated. But listen to this, my friends. This is probably the most important thing I want to say to you. Not only was I incarcerated physically, but it was during my incarceration that I surrendered. I finally got to a place where I knew if I did not change, if I did not allow God to impact my life in such a way, that I would die behind prison walls. And after crying out to God, Lord, why am I here? Why am I making the decisions that I'm making? Why am I here? And this is what the Spirit of the Lord told me. And I know there's no doubt in my mind that this conversation happened. This conversation was real. God said to me, standing in the middle of my cell, right after my wife had died of multiple sclerosis. She was 38 years old. We were high school sweethearts, 16 and 17 years old. Married for 23 years with 3 beautiful children. And the Spirit of the Lord said to me, standing in the prison cell where you can stand and place my hands on both sides of the walls. And this is what God said to me. He said, son, you were incarcerated long before you got to prison. Wow. What does that mean? And it was as though, my friends, a light bulb came on. It was as though that was my first aha moment. My friends, my incarceration started in my thinking. I was incarcerated in my thinking, how I thought about myself, how I thought about my family, how I thought my worldview. My incarceration, my mental model was incarcerated long before I got behind prison walls. And so it was there, my friends, that I began to surrender my will, my spirit, my heart, my thinking. One of my favorite scriptures in the whole entire Bible, and I love the Word of God, but one of my favorite is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, where it says, trust the Lord with all thy heart, lean not unto your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him. Why is that important, my friends? I tell people all the time as I travel the country and as we speak into many prisons and many jails, detention centers for juveniles, I tell people all the time, if I'm the smartest person in the room, we all are in trouble. What does that mean? Surround yourself with people who know more than you do. More about life, more about suffering, more about victories, more about triumphant. Have a spirit of triumphant and a spirit of gratitude. Surrounding yourself with people are going to be very important as you move forward in your life. We all need somebody that we can talk to. We all need somebody that we can pour out into. We all need somebody that we can be real with and not be afraid of what they're going to think or what they're going to say. We all need somebody that we can be connected with. Somebody that we can connect with, somebody who understands us, somebody who knows us, somebody that we can be transformed with, transformative with. I want to be transformed with you today. I want to be connected with you today. I want to be real with you. But after all that's been said and done, I want to be poured out. I want to pour everything that's in me. I want to pour it out. Everything that has helped me get through those 17 and a half years of incarceration, not counting the incarceration that I was incarcerated many years, even before I got to prison. I want to pour out everything I have that's going to help you be successful in moving forward in your life. Your life is not over, my friends. Even if you have to go to incarceration, even if you end up in prison, even if you end up wherever you have to go, I promise you your life is not over. There is still hope for you. And I'm a firm believer, my friend, that no man has ever gone too far that God can't reach him. Glory to God. Can you imagine all the people that told me, Mr. Moss, you'll never make it. Mr. Moss, you'll never get out of this. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. Mr. Moss, you're never going to amount to nothing. And my friends, I'm here to tell you, if I would have listened to that false voice, and oftentimes the false voice is not just other people. The false voice are the lies that we tell ourselves. The false voice is those things that causes us, that have hindered us, that has broken us, those things that has caused us to doubt who we are, that we're not worthy, that we're not valuable, that we're no good, and that we can't be used in this earth in the capacity that we would desire to be used. And so we give up. We wave the white flag and we say, you know what? I might as well kill myself. I might as well just give up. I might as well walk away from my children. I might as well not do any of these things. I'll tell you, my friends, put the brakes on. Don't think that way. Because even in the county jail, your life can have impact. even in the county jail, sharing your life experience can help someone else get over the hump. Even in the county jail, you can make a difference in your children's life. I think this is important because I understand after a long fight within myself of dealing with some of the same things I'm telling you, I understand. A friend of mine said it this way: being a male is a matter of birth, but being a man is a matter of choice. We choose to be men. When I chose to be a man, I wasn't sitting in the back of a police cruiser no more. And I haven't been over the last 15 years. Now, instead of sitting in the back of the police cruiser, I'm riding with the police cruiser. They're calling me and asking me for advice to go out and share with other men, other women who are struggling with addiction, some of the same addictions, some of the same things that I struggled with many years ago. I'm now on the other side of that, paying it forward, helping men and women take back control of their lives, get back in control of their families, and begin to rear their families in a way that is pleasing unto the Lord. And so I'm excited about this opportunity. I'm looking forward to working with you and being a part of your life. Thank you for this great opportunity that we can utilize this time to help mend people's lives and help people move forward from where they are right now. Your life is not over. There's a great big world out here, and people, we need to hear your voice. We need to know your experiences. Some child is waiting to hear how you made it over, how you got through what you're going through. And some of you, I know, I don't have to know you. I don't have to follow you around to find out what you've been through. I can only imagine that some of you have been through some horrific experiences. And you know what? It happened. You survived. Thank God you can move on. That's good news. That it happened. I survived. Thank God I can move on. Life still is available for you, and your life can be real. It can be rich. It can be connected. It can be transformative. And guess what? You have an opportunity to pour out on the lives of those that you will encounter. My friends, hold your head up. Be proud. Yes, we made some mistakes. Yes, we've made some bad decisions. Yes, we've blown it over and over and over again, perhaps. Some of you, this might be your second or third number. This might be your second or third time down at the county jail. Some of you, it might be the 14th time, the 15th time. I don't know what it might be. For some of you, it's your first time. And maybe that's all you will need. But whatever number you fall in, whatever space you fall in, whatever time it is for you, this can be a new beginning for you. Your past does not have to dictate your future. Your past does not have to dictate your future. There are many, many resources available for you. And I'm here to tell you, my friends, that there are more resources now in 2017 than there were in 2000 or early 2000 when I first got out of prison. For example, in Dayton, Ohio, we have one of the first one-stop shops for men and women who've been impacted by incarceration in the country, in the state of Ohio. It's called the Montgomery County Office of Ex-Offender Reentry. It's a one-stop shop. It's almost like the job center. Matter of fact, it's located in the job center. You can go to this place, and everything you need to help meet your need upon your release, you can find at this office. If you need to get some assistance to help you get on your feet until you're able to get a job, you can find that at the reentry office. If you need help paying on your arrears with child support, and you need some help in finding ways to get back into your children's lives, you can find that resource available for you at the reentry office of ex-offender reentry. There are many things: transportation, employment, housing. All of these things, you can find resources and referrals to each one of these entities in your life upon your release. So never again do you have to get out and say, you know what, there's no one out there to help me. There are people that Chaplain Tony Bailey is bringing into this facility, where you can make connections and build relationships with men and women coming in from the community, that when you get home and get out and get released, you can have people in your life who can help walk you through this process and make sure that we help you meet the need that you have. We don't have to worry about not getting out and doing it on your own. There are people in this community, right here in this facility, from the sheriff all the way down to the deputy. There are people who are available to assist you, to help you put an end to coming in and out of these revolving doors. Your life can be a success. Your life has meaning and purpose. Your life is valuable, my friend. And I would encourage you to take advantage of the opportunities that are afforded to you. There are many who are long gone who would only wish that they had the opportunities to take advantage of these resources. So if you're coming back to Montgomery County, if you're coming back to the Dayton, Ohio area and the surrounding area, Trotwood, Kettering, Oakwood, or Inglewood, Vandalia, wherever you're going, if you're in that or those areas, feel free to get on the web. Feel free to contact the Job Center. Feel free to contact some of the local churches. A lot of the pastors are partnering up with men and women coming home from reentry. They're partnering up with these resources with the Office of Reentry. We also have the Restored Citizen Summit in Montgomery County, and that's available for anybody. Whether you're in Clark County, Montgomery County, you're welcome to be a part of this support group. It's called the Restored Citizen Summit. We meet once a month at the Potter's House, Dayton International Ministries in Dayton, Ohio, 2050 Germantown Street, Dayton, Ohio, 45417. We invite you and your family to come out, if you're in that area, to come out and be a part of what's going on and get connected to the resources that are available for you upon your release. There's resources for your family. There's resources for you. If you're dealing with addiction, there are several places throughout the community. Right here in Clark County, Mercy Manor, Cornerstone. There are OID. There's many places that can help you get connected to help you meet the needs that you have. There's no longer you have to worry about doing this by yourself. We don't want you to do it by yourself. We want to walk with you. We want to help you and assist you to be an overcomer. We want to help you get control of your life and begin to be that father, that mother that I know you want to be.